Howdy, I'm Luna. The artwork we're looking at today is called the Tri-Wizard Tournament. The artist is Shanette, and the owner of the house is Pajamas. The address is a Vale of Half Pint Delight on the Keno side, located on the Majdual server, and you can currently find it under the Hall of Fame on the leaderboards. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So, full disclosure, I just toured this place, filmed it all, got it all done, and then realized my mic was not on the entire time. So, we're going to go back through, try this again, but unfortunately, this is not going to be my first reaction to all this stuff. Anyways, well, at least now we know where to go, and I won't get lost like I did the last time, which you'll never see. Haha. All right, anyways, first of all, I'm on my Majdual account. I cannot vote, unfortunately. So please come give this house some likes and love because it definitely deserves it. It's a lot of fun. Here's some information in case you wanted to know. She doesn't use a lot of items in this, but it's perfect in the way it gives exactly the storyline that we need, and you'll see. You'll see. There are spoilers. If you have not seen the Goblet of Fire or read the Harry Potter books, and you are still planning on it for some reason and you don't want spoilers, there's some big spoilers in this, so please keep that in mind as we go forward. So the moon just disappeared. Okay. Anyways, we turn around. As you can see, I love the Vale of Half Pint Delight. I mentioned before I really love this path. These are some old school stones with the chairs here. Back in the day, these were the only stones we had. So, yep, I love the old school. She blocked this off so we don't have to worry about going inside the house. And then if we walk over here to this little island, this is where the Guildhall door is, and then the portals to her showcase and her Harry Potter experience. You can both get to them from here. So, all right. So this is the winners, not the winners, the champions pavilion. So this is all 4 of the champions that participated in the Triwizard Cup in the movies. So I think we have 2 for Cedric and Harry. This one might be Fleur's, and I'm assuming that this one is Victor Crumbs. And these are some of the teachers and things sitting here. So we have Victor Crumbs, I forget, Igor Karkaroff. I always forget his name. And then this is Mad-Eyed Moody, who plays a huge role inside the movie. Here's Dumbledore, looking all fancy. And then we have Madame Maxine and Hagrid, or Maxime. She has an M in her name. Madame Maxime and Hagrid sitting over here. So all very important players in this movie. Okay, so we have our book. So the Triwizard Tournament by Shanette. The Triwizard Tournament is a magical contest held between the 3 largest wizarding schools of Europe, Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, Durmstrang Institute, and Beauxbatons Academy of Magic, each school being represented by 1 champion. Selected champions compete in 3 tasks, traditionally judged by the headmasters or headmistresses of the competing schools, designed to test magical ability, intelligence, and courage. Champions compete for the honor and glory of winning the tournament and for the Triwizard Cup and a monetary prize. The first tournament was held in 12,094. The 1994 Triwizard Tournament was comprised of 4 competitors chosen by the Goblet of Fire. Victor Crumb was chosen as champion for Durmstrang Institute. Fleur Delacour was represented Beauxbatons Academy of Magic, and both Cedric Diggory and Harry Potter were selected as the champions for Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Spoiler, it's because somebody wanted Harry Potter in it even though he wasn't old enough. Ha 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 ha. The 3 tasks that were undertaken were the dragons, the lake, and the maze. See separate books for each task. Okay, so we head over this way first to the dragons, the first task. Okay, let's read the book before we head on up because I'm so excited. This is my favorite scene. All right. My favorite scene in her rendition of this. I just love how she did this. Okay, so the first task of the Triwizard Tournament took place on the 24th of November. The objective was to retrieve a golden egg that was being guarded by a dragon. The egg would be located within a clutch of real dragon eggs. So we head up here. I can kind of fly. And look, it's the dragon with the golden egg. I love this. This is so perfect. That's a great egg to use for this as well. So she's got her little nest. I don't believe in the movies it said how the other competitors, maybe Cedric, I can't remember. It might have shown how Cedric got the egg. Um, but yeah, but Harry got the egg by calling his broom to him. I forget what the wizarding spell is, but called his broom to himself and swooped in and got the egg. So here's Harry Potter up on his broom, about to catch the golden egg and win, or complete the task, I should say. I think that as long as they complete the task, they move on, if I remember correctly. So if they don't complete the task, then they don't. Well, no, that's not true because Fleur didn't complete the task in the second one. I think you just earn points for every task you complete. I think that might be how it works. All right. And so, next, heading over to the second task. And I mentioned this in my first video, the lake. This scene in the movie was, oh, I hated it so much. Because I am terrified of deep dark water, especially deep dark water that has like seaweed and like things you can see, like things that can hurt you. I just I don't do the ocean. Like don't you won't catch me out on a boat in the middle of the ocean. That's for dang sure. I can't. Nope. I would rather be up in a tall building, even though I'm not exactly great with heights either, but I would rather be up in a tall building or on top of a mountain than down in the ocean. So, yeah, let's go ahead and read The Lake by Shanette. Taking place on February 24th, 1995, the second task would involve the champions swimming into the Black Lake to retrieve something that had been stolen from each of them. On the morning of the task, Dobby woke Harry up and gave him the gillyweed to use. Harry had to eat the gillyweed, which gave him gills to breathe underwater, and webbed hands and feet to allow him to swim faster. Both Fleur and Cedric utilized the bubblehead charm, while Victor partially transfigured himself into a shark. Okay, so she did make the whole scene down here. It's so great. I do not have a way to breathe underwater easily, so we're just gonna wing it and try not to die. I'm just gonna have to keep coming up for air. But I love this. She's blocked it off so you can't go too far out. But here's the whole group hanging out over here. So I'm not gonna click on each one of them. That's Ron. That's Cho, who is for Cedric. Here's Fleur's little sister, and then here's Hermione. Harry was supposed to get Ron, and Crumb was actually supposed to get Hermione because they were dating-ish at the time. All right, so, and then these people, we have Fleur, who lost her bubble charm, and so Harry ended up saving her sister for her. So he got Ron and her sister, but he tried to get Hermione and Crumb was like, no, that's mine. So that's Crumb with his shark head on. I love how she did that, adding the shark. Here's Cedric with his bubble charm on, and I'm going to assume that this is Harry since it's something with gills and webbed hands and feet. So just as a representation of Harry Potter there. At least that's what I am assuming. Yes, I know I'm dying. Okay, now, this is not all that's down here. We're going to go take another quick look back in here. She added some more parts to the, what is it called? What to the scene. She added more parts to the scene, so you could just really swim back here and see lots of the cool things that she's added just to make this whole lake experience that much more real to the movie. Though I do enjoy swimming around in her area here much more than I would swimming around in real water. that I if I was in the Triwizard tournament, I would have they would have told me the lake was, yeah, I would have been like, I quit. That's it. I'm done. I don't need fame or glory. Screw the Goblet of Fire. I don't care that it said spit my name out. There's no way I'm going in that water. All right. So now, finally, for the final task, we have to go back around here. And of course, this is the sad ending to this. So the third task, the maze. So the maze by Shanette. It says on June 24th, the third task was to navigate a maze grown on the Hogwarts Quidditch pitch. The maze was populated by various obstacles and dangers that each champion had to overcome. Crouch Jr., as Professor Moody, so he took a polyjuice potion. He had been actually being Professor Moody this entire time because Polyjuice Potion kept coming up missing. It was a whole thing. Anyways, was entrusted with placing the Triwizard Cup at the center of the maze. While doing this, he enchanted the cup to be a port key that would be activated by touch. Harry and Cedric, they decided, let's do this together. We're going to win this together. And they touched the cup at the same time, and they were instantly transported to the graveyard in Little Hangleton. After a moment's confusion, Harry recognized the graveyard from dreams he had been having, and warned Cedric that they needed to get back to the cup. Before they could, Peter Pettigrew emerged from the darkness carrying the weakened form of Lord Voldemort. On Voldemort's orders, Pettigrew murdered Cedric using the killing curse. So I think this was the first character death in the movies. And this was kind of like when like the third movie, which I think is the one The Prisoner of Azkaban. Like it got kind of dark there, but it had such a nice, happy ending, like with everything. Um, this was the movie. This was the moment where I was like, "Oh snap! The little kid stuff is over. Like this is no longer this happy-go-lucky little kid movie. This is some serious stuff." So first we come upon Fleur here. uh I don't need to examine her. So Fleur, she got like dragged away into the bush, but of course she was fine. She's not dead or anything. I love how Shanette added these green misty tiles. I love that we have green misty tiles now. But anyways, she added these up here so you can't fly out and cheat from the uh hedge maze, and plus because of what happens at the end. So we got some cool little things. Here's Victor Crumb. Victor Crumb is going crazy in the movies, losing his mind. In the books, I believe there was a Sphinx because I don't think it made it into the final inside into the final movies. So part of the maze was the Sphinx, and so he has a riddle, and here it is. First, think of the person who lives in disguise, who deals in secrets and tells naught but lies. Next, tell me what's always the last thing to mend, the middle of middle and end of the end. And finally, give me the sound often heard during the search for a hard to find word. Now string them together and answer me this. Which creature would you be unwilling to kiss? I do not remember the answer to this riddle, and I'm not good at riddles. So if you would like to try to figure that out and put it in the comments, that would be wonderful. Or if you just know it from the books, go right ahead. All right, here we go. So now, here we are. We're Cedric and Harry. We're so excited. Like, here's the goblet. We're gonna win, or the cup. And but it's a port key, and we get transported to the. Oh, we get transported to the fateful graveyard. Okay, so I love this graveyard. It's very spooky, gives off the kind of the same kind of energy. I love how she added the green misty tiles again up here so you cannot get out. Harry says no after Voldemort says kill the spare, so Peter Pettigrew kills Cedric Diggory, and Harry is screaming, of course, because it is very awful. I love the tomb that you've added over here. Nice little touch. And I had mentioned before that this Voldemort is a great Voldemort, except he has too perfect of a nose. But there's really no way to get the regular kind of Voldemort. But I love the creepy eyes. Like using an erudite was a great idea because it's very creepy. Yes. And here's Peter Pettigrew. Boo. Boo, Peter Pettigrew. You were Ron's friend. You just didn't know you were a human. He thought you were a rat. Oh my goodness. Okay, well we're not going to say goodbye in here because this is too sad of a scene. Oh, heart wrenching. When they get back, when he's able to get back and he's able to bring Cedric back. Oh my God, that's the worst scene. I'm so glad she did not add that to here because yeah, that's a heart wrenching scene. Heart wrenching. So we're gonna leave the here, and I'm just gonna fly up to show you. This is the ending zone here. So the maze and the graveyard, both with the green tiles so that you cannot fly out of either one of them. All right, we're going to head over to my favorite scene. As I mentioned before, is the dragon. I think it's so cute. I love it so much with the gold egg. Harry Potter swooping in. All right, even with having to redo this one, it was a wonderful little walkthrough. I had a lot of fun going through the movie scenes and seeing how you interpreted each of the scenes inside the movie and what items you used to portray that interpretation. And I just absolutely love this with pop culture stuff like that, to see what people can do. And so thank you, Shanette, for inviting me out, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!